Now let's get to the leak. Okay, let me explain this. Not a big fan of the leak. I'm glad to hear what we've heard. But let me give you a guess. I'm pretty sure the leak is from a leftist. Why? This is an intimidation tactic. Now, when you talk about unprecedented, that nothing has been overturned, that's what we call in the biz wrong. Right? 230 examples of you being wrong. In this case, we actually have something that is unprecedented as far as a security breach, a leak of a ruling of the Supreme Court. That's a really big deal. And of course, you see it. And just like clockwork, you see the protests, and you know it's going to get violent because it's never not. That's why I'm guessing that it's a liberal. So let's read from Politico. It says, no draft decision in modern history of the court has been disclosed publicly while a case was still pending. You don't say, but didn't you leak it?
Yeah, they totally did.
I was like, no, this has never happened. This is really dangerous. So it's because of you. It would be dangerous. No, you did it. Oh.
You're kind of solely responsible for all the danger that's brewing up right now before it comes out.
Well, the leak came to us.
Yeah, that's all.
I didn't leak it. It's just we leaked it.
Yeah, that's all. We leaked it after it was leaked.
Yes.
What's the trouble?
So the going theory right now, and this is sort of breaking, we'll keep you updated. It's almost 11 o'clock Eastern. The only people who would have had access to it, unlike Hunter Biden's 9 hard drives, or we found this out. Swalwell, unfortunately, him and the Chinese spy had an OnlyFans.
Did they?
Didn't require a lot of digging.
Oh.
Just an $11 a month subscription, which seems high.
Yeah, it does seem high. I wouldn't want to watch, especially because he farts during it.
Yes, I know. Well, everyone has their thing.
Anytime there's a mic around.
Don't want to be a sexual fascist, but that's gross. So the going theory right now is that it was a clerk for Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Before we go to the quote, the stupidest of the judges. That's how I refer to her.
Yes.
Let me read a quote here on Twitter. It says, a person called Amit Jain clerks for Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor as a Yale student. Is it Jane or Yane? Well, hopefully they'll be going to Yale.
Yeah.
Blasted Yale for supporting Brett Kavanaugh's nomination. Jane or Yane, I don't know, as I'm reading this as it's breaking, was quoted in a 2017 Politico piece by Josh Gerstein. Today, Gerstein published the draft opinion on Roe. So, assholes of a feather, that's why it's the best guess at this point. Let me give to you why the leak matters, okay? And I understand that sometimes, leakers, there's a difference between a whistleblower and a leaker. The Supreme Court has actually been referred to, and I think we have this from the Chicago Tribune, as the last leak-proof institution. And again, because it's very, very small. It's closed circuit.
Yes.
And that needs to be by design, as opposed to city legislatures like in Seattle or Portland who get pressured due to the violence to defunding the police, and then they go, we really shouldn't have done that. This is now a hellscape.
Yeah.
You don't want that happening at the Supreme Court.
At all.
You don't want these people. It's supposed to be separate. That's why. Can you guys, hey, we'll read this in the chat later, but pause it if you're watching this on the archive. By the way, smash that like button. That does help with the algorithm. Best thing you can do is smash the like button. You can comment. You can share, all that stuff. Anyway, doesn't matter. Last leak-proof institution. I forgot what I was going to say because I'm still thinking about.
They are the last leak institution. Yeah, Yane is not a name.
Yane.
Neither is Coney.
Yane is off the Yane.
Yane. Cocaine.
So here's the thing. Leaks are incredibly... Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. 3 branches of government. Can you name it? Don't use a cheat sheet with Schoolhouse Rock. Again, leaks are a real problem to the process of deliberation. This is something that people... It's just, look, there's inconsistency on both sides. Let me be clear about this, okay? It's not really... You're not breaking new ground by accusing someone of being a hypocrite, because everyone is a hypocrite. And you do have people who praise whistleblowers and then condemn whistleblowers depending on who it is. Okay, got it. However, this has never happened, ever. And there's a reason for it. Let me read you from Politico. Deliberations on controversial cases have in the past been a fluid process. And I mean that in the actual sense of fluid, not you can be whatever gender you want, depending on when the clock strikes 12. It says justices can and sometimes do change their votes as draft opinions circulate, and major decisions can be subject to multiple drafts and vote trading, sometimes until just days before a decision is unveiled. The court's holding will not be final until it is published, likely in the next 2 months. Look, this is one of those things where secrecy it's of paramount. There are things that you have that of course we have the right to know. For example, if American citizens are being throttled or silenced on social media, I know, private company, but if they're being throttled or silenced on social media as per the directions of the United States government, these are things you have a right to know.
If you voted more than once.
This is something, good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Not that that would ever happen.
Right. Kate, can we write down, guys in the control room, can we write down for next election anyone here who wants to vote more than once? I don't want to. Okay. So
I vote 3 times.
Well, yeah. I mean, you do the absentee and then you do the other absentee.
Yeah. Well, they send me 3.
It's kind of like when I used to go and get the price match guarantee.
Yeah.
And they say, we price match. Now I would go to one place and say, hey, they beat your price. And then they're like, well, then we have to beat their price. And I go back and say, they beat your price.
I know. You can stop at 4 different churches in my area that have voting.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
Yep. Also, trash bins.
Yeah. It's where they tell you to put, if you don't like who you,
yeah,
all the pamphlets you get for the other team.
Yeah, exactly.
The side.
Yeah, and that's where you find a bunch of votes. So there are things.
I'm just learning as this goes along.
There are things you have the right.
I feel a little off, and
it's okay.
But I'm just watching. Like I didn't know all about this until yesterday, to be honest.
There are things you have the right to know. For example, when people say, we have a right to know everything as it relates to national security. No, Geraldo Rivera shouldn't give away coordinates. So my point here is there are things that need to be kept private. And certainly deliberation between judges, which is supposed to be a separate branch of government. They are supposed to be siloed by design. They are supposed to be completely devoid of outside influence. And this is why conservatives tend to support originalists. They are supposed to be beholden to the text of the law. So there's inconsistency on all sides as it relates to whistleblowers. However, in this case, it's unprecedented, and it is very clearly meant to be an intimidation tactic because they want to try and pressure the Supreme Court. They want them to be afraid. They want them to make a decision. Now, where am I getting this from? Where am I getting this from that, the left seeks to try and intimidate through the bully pulpit, through the power of the mob? I don't know, Black Lives Matter riots. I don't know, Antifa.
I mean, as an opinion, the only reason you would leak the document.
Yeah.
What's the other purpose?
I mean, you're going to find out in 2 months.
I mean, that's really what it is.
Exactly. It's not like you're saving somebody. It's not like you're saving somebody's life by leaking something as far as, a hostage situation, or if there are war crimes being committed. That's not what's happening here. It's you're leaking something that there's an opinion coming down the pike that you don't like, and you have made very clear, leftists, in the past, you will be violent to oppose. All right, Tokunawan here was telling me that there's something coming in.
Yes, we have breaking news. So Chief Justice John Roberts confirms that the draft overturning Roe v. Wade is genuine, and they will launch an investigation.
So I just saw on CNN that he was going to launch an investigation, but they confirmed that it is authentic. All right, good. Well, I didn't waste a whole show.
Well, that's good. As long as the FBI and CIA are on it, we'll never know.
Yes.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.